Yeah, that's got to be a Guinness record, I'm sure.
Well, I was watching a video here about a week or two ago in Amish country of the United States. I think the Dakotas. There was a huge, steel warehouse. And I'm talking big. And they decided they wanted to move it. So they got all the local Amish together. And they moved it. They didn't just move it with a truck. They didn't use a crane. They physically picked it up and carried this building that was 120 feet long by 80 feet wide.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I live only about 10 miles from the largest Amish community in the world. And I've seen Amish, man. I'll tell you what, they got a huge barn. I mean, huge, about the size of what you're saying. They all get together. I mean, 100 of them or better, and they'll build a barn one day. And I've seen them pick up whole size of barn, probably not as big as that, but yeah, that's how they work, man. They'll pick up a whole side and set it up and nail it up. Before you know it, they get it done. It's amazing to watch them do those things. I've seen them do things like that, though.
Yeah, but they carried this thing about a quarter mile. And then put it in a new location, and it was just a lineup of people. There was probably a couple hundred people to do it, but they physically picked it up and just walked it over a quarter mile.
Yeah, that's the way they do things. I've never seen them carry anything that far, but I've seen them pick up some big stuff, of hundreds of them. They get together and they all cook together, and they're determined. And what I want to tell you, when they want to do it, they can do things that it amazes me to watch them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and again, another man wins $30,000 in Connecticut.
Wow.
Okay. $30,000. He won it twice, a day in between each other.
That's amazing. Again, right on the eastern seaboard, right on up the highway. But I don't know. That seems like all the lucky winners is all up and down that area now. I don't know what. My advice to them: go play again. The odds are you might win again.
I know. Could you? I still think about that lady last week. For 2 years, she was watering her plant, and she couldn't figure out why it wasn't growing. And then one day her friend was over there and she started watering it. And her friend goes, "What are you doing?" "Well, I'm watering this plant. I've been watering it for 2 years. It doesn't seem to do anything. It was here when I moved in." And her friend says, "Well, it's not going to do anything. It's a plastic plant. It's not real."
I love that. I love that story. That is classic, man. That was a good one. That reminds me of the guy I seen on TV the other day. He was eating some apples from his buddies sitting on the basket on the table, and the guy yelled at him, "What are you doing eating my apples?" He goes, "They're just for display." Well, he goes, "Aren't they to eat?" So then he bought some that were fake, but they look so real, Gary, that when the guy he picked it up, cleaned it up, wiped it on his shirt, went to bite into it, and busted his tooth right out. But boy, that's a classic story. I think my plant is stunned. The growth's stunned and won't grow, but it's because it's plastic or some other foreign substance made of. Oh boy.
I don't know, but going back to this lady in the UK, I was wrong. She was 94 years old. Her daughter says, "Well, grandmother, what is your wish for your 94th birthday?" And, the kids were expecting to say something, but she came back and said it's something to shock them. And after 94 years, she said, "I am done celebrating being a grandmother. That's hard enough. But I have these frickin' birthdays every year and have to act like you enjoy the people around you. I don't want to have another one."
I gotta tell you, she sounds like a real positive person. I don't know. I guess just say, "Hey, look, Granny, we won't have no more parties or birthdays for you. You don't have to, take it to a hill." I mean, goodness.
Well, then I know it'll happen. If you don't have the party for somebody at 5 years old, right? They're going to be upset. Well, why do you think I'm already dead, and that's why you're not doing,
You know what, Gary? You're absolutely right, because it sounds like she's got a little bit of an attitude at looking at things the wrong way, maybe. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. If they grant her wish, went and give her a birthday, she would be like, "What is wrong with you people? Where's my birthday?"
Yeah. Well, a nurse is now telling people, women especially, another way you won't get this virus. Well, everybody's got their own, way of cure, doesn't it? Baker, the preacher. Remember Baker,
Yeah.
Sammy Baker and his wife, whatever their name was. Well, he got in trouble. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say James. I think it was his name when you asked.
No,
but yeah.
I don't think it was James. It was I don't know. Anyway, he had a show for many years, preaching and all that stuff. And then he went to prison because he was kind of pocketing money. Well, guess what? Now he was sitting there trying to sell stuff. Oh, buy this, right? And you won't get the virus.
Oh my goodness!
And he was using religion with it and promoting this. And the government said, "Hey, what are you doing? You are deceiving people. You're trying to take money from people that believe in your church, and you're sitting there telling them that this stuff that you're selling is going to cure it when you don't even know if it would do anything. If it worked, I think right now the center of disease would have it, not him selling it."
That's too bad. Again, he's taking advantage of people that, live and listen on every word he says. They really trust him even after all this. So now he's using that to gain financially. And like you said, we don't know what's in those things. You know how long sometimes drugs have to be tested by the FDA just to pass approval? And so to say, hey, yeah, this is going to help you or cure you or help your symptoms, whatever, that's just so wrong. You're taking advantage of people when they're in a vulnerable state.
Oh, you're so right. Years ago, many moons ago, let's go back 40-some years ago, I wanted to lose some weight. And one of my friends was selling a thing that was called starch blocker. And what you do is you take like one of these in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at dinner, one before you go to bed. And supposedly you could eat anything like bread and potatoes and stuff like that. You would lose weight, supposedly. Now, even back then, it was expensive. So I bought a couple bottles of it, and I took them like it's supposed to. Then I noticed I was gaining weight. And then about a couple months later, the government took it off the market because it was all sugar, pills and other stuff in it.
Wow, yeah. If it's sugar pills, you're going to gain weight for sure. If you're taking them to lose weight, that again, people they'll tell you anything or sell anything, take advantage of people. And again, you were in a kind of vulnerable state. You want to lose some weight, so
Yeah.
they're preying on people like that. They're targeting that group, that group of people. And, boy, oh boy, imagine if somebody had real bad diabetes and they're feeding them sugar pills.
Well, not just sugar. I think it had yeast in it, too, which will make you gain weight. A lot of people who are into bodybuilding, they want to gain weight. So they take yeast, drinks, yeast tablets and stuff, and it'll make you gain weight fast. Like drinking a lot of beers, I don't know. Anyway, this nurse is telling women, here's how you get rid of the virus. You take all your jewelry and you clean it in a cleaning solution every day or before you wear it. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's a bizarre treatment for coronavirus or whatever, or lose weight. But that is weird. I always say, especially now with the virus going on, somebody's got some kind of cure or something to help symptoms. Man, don't do it. It can be worse, make things worse. Who knows? Stay away from it. But boy, people really come up with some really ingenious ideas to make money, I'll tell you.
Well, I don't know. I think me and you should, I don't know if I want to take a plane flight right now or a ship, either one. But if we went to Britain right now, you know what? We could get a job. And it'd be a job that me and you would love. All we have to do to get paid is drink champagne and eat cake.
That sounds like a pretty good gig right there. All the champagne and cake you can eat and drink, and we're going to pay you.
Yeah. Well, there's a catch to it. They'll send you to all these different weddings, but you get to eat all the cake and champagne and all the booze you can drink, and you get paid. And you get paid $1,000 for each one.
Wow. We could be professional wedding crashers, Gary.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe they just want to make more people show up at weddings that not many people are going to show up. So evidently they'll pay you $1,000, this company, to just sit there and guzzle down booze and eat cake. What's wrong with that?
No, I'm saying sign me up. I'm ready.
So am I. But right now I got to figure out how I'm going to get there because I don't want to take a plane. I don't want to. You can't take a train, and you don't want to go by ship.
Yeah, if you take. Matter of fact, the people on California, they just let them come off the ship just yesterday and today, and they were quarantined for 2 weeks out there, I believe.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine? You can go to Disneyland. You're a fan, and again, you can get $1,000 just to watch 15 hours of live action films, Walt Disney films.
Boy, oh boy, how's come none of these jobs are like that? Watch this, and we're going to pay you. Drink this and eat that, and we're going to pay. I never hear tell such craziness. That is amazing.
Well, can you imagine, though? You have to watch nonstop. I guess they give you potty breaks, and I'm sure you can eat while you're, watching that. But 15 hours of straight. There was a thing here the other day, too. There was a company who would pay you money because they're doing research. Probably getting paid by the government. That's why we're going to go into a recession, right? To watch The Office for like 15 hours of a whole bunch of episodes back to back.
Wow. I wonder what the purpose of that is, to see how many shows or hours it takes you to drive you a batty from watching that kind of stuff consecutive, or what?
I don't know, but I would really, I don't know. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
That is weird. There's got to be something going on there. Why would they want you to watch The Office for 15 straight hours? Because I don't even think that show's on the air anymore.
Probably, I don't know. I don't think it is. But you know what? They probably just want you to watch it to see what your reactions are, and during the 15 hours. I have no idea. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a talk show host. What are you asking me these questions for?
I want to stimulate.
You're giving me the third degree, James.
I want to stimulate your brain, Dan.
I don't have one. I'm a talk show host. We'll be back after the break. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio.
Propaganda. Be careful what you say to those with whom you'll be at odds, who've taken on the dark